Yeah, I brought Coca-Cola. Look,
Okay.
Just because, I did it. All right, so people who don't know, I did a TV show, right? So I'm more than just an underground rapper who rose to the top.
Trigger warning on Netflix.
Trigger warning on Netflix. And part of my thing has always been I've seen white gangs be able to legitimize themselves.
The Hells Angels in particular.
I'm a Hells Angels fan, right? Even if they don't want to let black people in, fine, it's cool. Keep it all white club because you guys are gnarly. But I'm a fan of them being able to not only secure license, essentially being a multi-club social club, because white people do shit great in America. They figure out a way to make a rule and they do it. And then what they did was they're able to sell merchandise and they're able to legitimize and say, well, 1% of us are outlaw bikers. Mm-hmm. And the other 99% of us, we're just dentists that ride on the weekend.
Yeah.
And even if that's not true, that's a perception. So for me, I've known gang members since I was in the 7th grade. Mm-hmm. I began in my organizing career right along the side of Crips and Gangster Disciples. I've seen them do a lot of good in the community to reverse some of the bad they did. And I've seen them essentially be guys who stood around like street fraternities. They smoked joints, they hung in front of stores, did lightweight trapping. But most guys went on to become normal, regular guys.
And
right?
Rappers, too, because we know a lot of rappers.
Lot of shouts out to Cuz Lightyear. Amazing Crip, amazing rapper, amazing songwriter, right?
Snoop Dogg.
Just Snoop, big Snoop. Yeah. Come on, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You gotta, man, my man's out in California, Glasses Malone, who's one of the dopest lyricists ever. You know what I'm saying?
My partner.
But I wanted to show the humanity in these people. So I'm like, all right, how do I help the homies? And I took 4 homies from Atlanta, Noonie, Yayo, Murdo, and who else? AC. And we taught them that you can have a business, or we convinced them into starting a business. So them and some of the older homies from their neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, went into this venture. It's Crips-Cola. Because soda kills more people than anybody. You know what I mean? I can't even drink sodas anymore. I love soda. I'm here drinking water today, right?
Mm-hmm. That's why I was wondering why soda then.
Because soda's a killer and you love it. Every Christmas you turn on cola commercials, you give your grandma a soda, and you never, ever, ever question it.
$1 billion business.
That was very interesting what you said on Trigger Warning. You said soda has killed more
black people
than the Bloods or the
Crips. Yeah, and we love soda. You know
and
what I
even
mean?
talking about how Coca-Cola was started with cocaine in it.
Well, yeah, and not to pick on Coke, because Coke provides lots of jobs in my community. I just want to say thank you, Coca-Cola. My grandmother bought me stock at 5. Thank you. But with that said, it was started by a Confederate soldier, and it once had cocaine, and we never revisit that. So we sat with a brand, Sean, brother named Sean, who had helped brands grow with Coca-Cola and other brands. He just told the brothers, hey, man, what's happened has happened. You guys got to take where you are now and move forward. And because of that, I'm sitting here wearing a Crips-Cola shirt, offering you guys some Crips-Cola this morning. Because I like, whether this lasts short-term or long-term, I like to see in the marketplace something to stand outside of illegality, and I'd like to see brothers grow themselves.
So is it really in stores?
No, it's coming to stores right now. Okay. Right now, you're going to be able to go over and get like merchandise and this online. But yeah, it's coming to stores.
I learned so much from that episode. Number one, I never knew.
Hold on, let me take this heavy ass shit off.
Okay. Let's do that.
That's just so you young niggas know I ain't fucked up. Now that my old man ego is out the way.
We know you got it.
That sounded hell. You just broke the table.
But number one, I never knew the history of the Hells Angels.
Okay.
I didn't know that they were outlaws and all of that type of stuff.
Shouts out to Sonny. Sonny, I think it's Behringer, one of the stars of Genius, man.
And number two, I thought about the Crips. I was like, was there any flack from the OG Crips in L.A. about you using Crips from Atlanta to launch a product under the Crip banner?
Well, I went and shook the right hands and, let people know. But, my thing is, I'm not trying to hijack your organization. I'm trying to interject. I've known you my whole life. So I'm simply trying to interject a what if and a possibility that provides a pathway to legitimacy if possible. Right now in L.A., you don't hear about their 2 brothers. I forget their names, but one's a Blood and one's a Crip. And they started a food delivery service together.
Yeah, they came up here, right?
Oh, Trap Kitchen.
Yeah, Trap Kitchen, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I wish to hear more of those stories because there are more of those stories. In Atlanta,
they put out a cookbook, too.
Yeah, they're Bloods and Crips. Like, rest in peace to Troop. One of Troop's best friend was a Blood. And those brothers managed to keep a stalemate and a peace in our city that hasn't been seen in some cities where, because if you listen to Ice Cube, you hear how Crippin' and Blood, My Summer Vacation. The song literally tells you how Crips and Bloods land in Middle America, Northeast, South, and everything is potentially there for them to legitimize themselves and to have something. So, if the older homies, besides the ones I've talked to, say, hey, man, we don't like it, then, cool.
Why a soda company? Because, I own a soda company, and soda is very difficult. It's $1 billion business, but It's very hard to get through when Coca-Cola, Pepsi, CNC Cola, like it's very difficult. So why soda? Or they
already have a brand in the network. The Crips have built a brand over the last 50 years that's infallible. You know, kids know, like when Lil Wayne is hot, Levi's pop up and they have a red bandana in the right pocket.
Right.
It's all of a sudden a little red bandana patch. You be like, oh, that's a coincidence. And then when Snoop is hot, the same Levi's company puts out a blue bandana on the left side. That is gratuitously catering toward gamers. That means you have built your brand for 50 years, and white men who sit behind desks and corporations are wise enough to say, well, let's use this. Right. When are you going to take advantage of what you have built?